Greetings and salutations, friends. Here we have it. The long-awaited Pulseman Mega Mondays. This game is pretty darn cool. I know I'm using some strong language tonight, but it's a cool game. It's done by the people who made Pokemon, if I'm correct. And it is very much a combination of Sonic the Hedgehog, Mega Man, and Pokemon. I will let you guys watch this intro movie here. It's not terribly interesting, so if you want to skip over it, go right ahead. It really just talks about everything I talked about in episode 0. In 1999, Yoshiyama, a doctor of math and biology, fell in love with an artificial life form whom he created in his computer. Wow, they let that scroll fast. Supposedly this is a translation. So, a child was born in the union of the couple within computer memory space. His dual nature allowed him to freely travel between real world and cyberspace and gave him the ability to control electricity. His name is Pulseman. Wow, I really have to struggle to get these lines read. It's so much easier when you're just reading it to yourself, because you can just scan through it. Or at least I can. I can always read much faster than I can talk. Or other people can talk. And that's kind of one of the things that annoys me about some of the newer games out there. I like voice acting, I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, in games, but you know, sometimes I can just rather read the dialogue half the time. Around that time, a series of interrelated crimes began occurring on a global scale. Galaxy Gang, led by the mysterious Dr. Whatever, was responsible. I think his name is Baruyama. And this guy really reminds me of kind of like a cross between Sigma and Dr. Robotnik, or Dr. Eggman, if you so choose to call him that. He'll always be Robotnik to me. So you can, like in a Mega Man game, you can select stages. I don't really see the point in it. Maybe it changes certain things. I don't know, but as you can see, this allows you to cruise around. I'm just going to do the stage in their numerical order. And this guy is very much, as I said in the episode 0, he really does kind of look like a horrific amalgamation of Knuckles and Mega Man. Now these balls, and they're not Pokeballs, these balls that I'm going to be running around collecting, I think if you get 10 of them, you get an extra life, and it might also refill your health. As you get hit, that watch will go from blue to yellow to red, and then dead. Running and doing that dash, they will charge you up and allow you to do special moves, like the Voltec, which I can't do now. Hopefully this sound is at a good level for you guys. I tried to tweak it so that it wasn't too loud, but you could still hear the music, which can be really tricky depending on how the game is mixed and all that. So if there's any problems, let me know, and I will turn the recording sound down a little bit. And we got hit. So see, you can see there you turn yellow. This is a game, it really is, it plays a lot like a Sonic game in many ways, because you want to go fast, you need to go fast, you can go fast, but you really shouldn't go fast unless you really know the game. Because you'll get hit, you'll get killed, blah blah blah. Fortunately, there's a life power up there. In some cases you do want to go fast. I found that fighting those giant metal robot cat heads is generally counterproductive. I think there's something up there. This game only gives you 5 continues, so you really do want to get as many of those balls as you can. Because they will grant you an extra life. And with a game like this, every extra life counts. I think that's one thing Sega has on the Super NES, Sega Genesis, is that the games I feel are a little bit harder. They usually have more of an arcade feel. You only get so many continues, and that really changes things up. Super Nintendo games usually give you unlimited continues. Not all games, but a good portion of them. So we remember this heart here. We're going to go into this place. And this game is very visually impressive, even by today's standards. I mean, if you just, you know, it's crazy some of the things you'll see, the colors. They really made the Genesis shine. And interestingly, this was originally a Sega Channel game. At least in the US, it was the only way you could get it. Now you can get it on Virtual Console, I think Nintendo Virtual Console, if I recall correctly. Oh yeah, there's more Pokeballs up there. I think they're actually called S-Balls. In Japan they did release it on physical copy. And for you, those of you who don't know what Sega Channel was, and I didn't know about it until recently myself. Ouch. Excuse me. It was basically like a prototypical Xbox Live type dealie. You could download games onto it if you had internet, your fancy dial-up modem. I think it took a coaxial cable. I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. If you guys know, feel free to correct me. But whatever it used, it was basically like an internet deal. It might have been like cable. You know, I really have to look that up. I don't remember correctly, and I might be confusing it with the X-Band. But at any rate, we did get an extra life here, so that's good. At any rate, you would get the Gizmo, Sega Channel piece, and you could buy games. I don't know if you kept them or they were just rentals or what. I do know that the device only stored them temporarily. You get your game, you can play it, and you know, I guess you could basically play it wherever you had a Sega Genesis, which is cool, as long as you took the Sega Channel part. But at any rate, that was how it worked, and Pulseman was, I guess, what you could call an early digital release done by Sega. Yeah, cool stuff. Unfortunately, I don't think a lot of people played it in North America. I didn't know anyone who had the Sega Channel. I didn't hear about it until I was in my 30s, so, you know, there's that. I probably did pretty well in Japan, I'm guessing. Like I said, I don't know too much about this game. I couldn't find too much information on it, really. I'm probably going to write a guide. Little bastards. Oh man, they're ripping me up. But yeah, so you know, that's the story of Pulseman. Is there a life bonus somewhere? We are coming up on a boss, so I would like some health. I could very much use some health. Like I said, if you don't pay attention, this game will mess you up. It will get you. Probably gonna die. Yep. Wanted to see if I could get to a health thing by falling down there. Unfortunately, that was a no. I did play this game a bit to test it out. Played through the first few levels a bit, but this is not a terribly rehearsed playthrough. And I do think this game is going to present maybe a bit of a challenge. It's certainly harder than Mega Man, in my opinion. It controls very differently, at least in that regard. Oh, there is the life right there. Haha. Okay, what's over here? Danger's over here, that's what's over here. The one thing I have to say about this game that I don't like, and it's kind of early on, early call, I think a lot of the enemies are kind of lame. They don't really do it for me. That's okay, the game itself is quite fun, so not really an issue. Gotta be really careful. Oh, that's what that does. That's interesting. I was trying to figure out what that battery did earlier. This boss is very difficult if you don't fight him the right way. This will make for a slightly boring fight, unfortunately, because we have to wait for him to destroy these panels here, the floors. If you don't, he'll change up his attack pattern between the plow attack and the smash, and he will basically make the playing field very uneven, and he can hit you really easily if you're not, like, you know, very good at this game, which I'm not. So we're going to be patient, we're going to let him dig his own grave, so to speak. Because once you get him to where he can't do this, he becomes very easy, very predictable. See, here we go. You can even see him controlling the hand, which is pretty cool. All we have to do is just dash. You do have to be ready to react, because he's that kind of boss. Scary stuff. We're on the ropes here. There we go. We got him.
Great job.
We get a little bit of 8-bit voice acting. That's one thing about the Sega Genesis. It had some great music, and the processor could do some cool stuff, but the quality wasn't so great for the voices because of its 8-bit. Its 8-bit nature. You could really hear it. Due to efforts of Pulseman, the case was completely solved. So there we have it, the first stage in Pulseman. I'm going to end it here because I think that made for a decent length video. We'll do this. Yeah, cool game. I just barely was able to do this bonus last time. I think I got all the blocks. I don't know what you get. You get score. I should have just tried to get those balls. I don't think I really want score. I don't want points unless they give me extra lives. But yeah, so it's cool stuff. I think we did pretty well so far. Aside from that death, if I do run out of continues, I'm going to play this game the way it was intended. I'm not going to be cheesy and just save state to preserve my continues. But if I do run out of continues, I will have to play back up to the point where I left off. So I do intend to try to get these out every week, and I'm going to try to play this game every night and make a video every night so that I have some backlog in case I have to backtrack like that. So that's the plan, and that's Pulseman. So thank you so much. She kind of reminds me of Nurse Joy. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and or subscribe. I very much appreciate it. And until next time, good luck and happy gaming.